you for your interest. This is an incredible crowd for a very interesting public policy debate. Thank you, Ethan, for your New York in your face approach, but also
you're very welcome.
I say that with deep affection, and really thank you for coming here and participating in this debate. We disagree, but there's some things that we agree upon as well. And I think one thing that we've established in this debate tonight, that we both agree that if you're guilty of simple possession, that you have an addiction problem, you ought to get treatment, you shouldn't go to jail. I think we both agree that we need to continue to evaluate who we're sending to jail, make sure we're going after the traffickers and not simply those that have an addiction problem. But where we fundamentally disagree is in one concept, and that is he totally disparages the role of law enforcement in our enforcement of marijuana laws and our enforcement of all drug laws. He disparages the message that we need to have in our society that this substance is harmful, therefore it is illegal. He says it is, maybe I don't know if he says it's harmful or not, but he says it ought to be legalized. And that's where we have the fundamental point of disagreement. Now, he says we don't want to, he's tired of hearing messages. Well, he just gave a message. And the message he wants to send to America is, we're going to have a bifurcated message in America. If you're a user, okay, don't worry about it. It's never going to be in your record. It's not illegal. It is fine. Everything's okay. But if you're selling to that user, it's illegal. I think that's a silly approach. And I think it's totally the wrong message. And the message that he will send to the next generation is, go ahead, increase use of a harmful drug. Now, the other aspect is law enforcement. It's sort of interesting to me that I think law enforcement is an important part of the package. Whenever I went into private practice, I practiced law, and I went into an exercise facility. I became a member of that. And as I went up to the owner, he said, Asa, good to see you in here. By the way, you sent me to prison. And I was about ready to turn tail and head out of there. And he said, no, no, no. He said, I want to thank you for saving my life. You sent me to prison. And he was not just simply a user. He was a little bit more than that. But it took a law enforcement to make him confront reality that he had a drug problem. But if you go to a drug treatment court that we all support, in a drug treatment court, and I've been in those graduation ceremonies, that they've been through a year of rehabilitation, they've got over that, they're restored to their family, they've got over their addiction, they got their job back. And they take that diploma and they graduate after that year of hard work, and the first person they thank is their arresting officer. Because that arresting officer enforced the law and said, you've got a problem. And it made them face that problem. If you're not a Hollywood star, who goes to rehabilitation voluntarily? It would take an arrest, generally, a trigger in your life, or an intervention, which is usually the arresting officer. So law enforcement does play a role. The American Medical Association has never indicated that marijuana has a medicinal benefit, and they point out that smoking marijuana has more carcinogens than smoking cigarettes. I'm amazed in going to California. Look, take your beef to the American Medical Association. Don't take your beef to me. If you go to California, you can almost be arrested for smoking a cigar out there because they have such strict rules in California against smoking cigarettes. But they're happy, almost, they're very tolerant of smoking marijuana. And I think that's quite a little bit of an inconsistency. It points up the harm, the health harms that the medical community still believes in marijuana. It is a harmful substance, and I think we should continue that it is an illegal substance. Thank you very much.